My name is Mackenzie. This is a 63 F85. Things to note, aluminum V8, 4-speed transmission, drop top, in a beautiful color. We're gonna go for a drive today. If you're new here, thanks for checking us out. It's Lafontaine Classic Cars in Milford, Michigan. This thing's been a dream so far. We've made it a quarter mile from the shop. It's a nice day to cruise. Sun's out, wind's blowing. Our little aluminum V8 is chugging away. Her shifter is in a very comfortable position. Nice notchy gearbox. I really dig that. And then getting the glance down at your RPM gauge on the floor is pretty fun too. Very sporty feeling in here. Makes a lot of good noises. As far as I could tell, the speedo's reading pretty accurately. We're doing about 40 miles an hour right now. And our fuel gauge is good too. That is nice. I'm gonna downshift as we come to a stop here. Love a synchronized transmission. Goes back through all the gears with ease. Classic brother in there. Drop top Nova, is that a custom? Is that a custom? I don't know if they made that.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah. Ballin'. That's kind of a similar car to ours today. And this thing really picks up in the high RPM range. This car's got spunk. Very happy. It goes through the gears well. Turning at 45 miles an hour. I'll let you know how it goes. Yeah. This car really drives like a dream. That's one of the more cliche things I'm going to say around here, but it really does. 71 on the clock. Everything's working. Brakes, clutch, steering, all that. And then some other minor things I'm going to share. You might not be thinking about this when you're considering a car for yourself. These things, they're usually flopping in my face. These hold tight and firm. Our mirror here, I set it once and it's staying right where we want it. It hasn't flopped down on me. It's the little things that begin to add up. Our blinker works. Oh, it's even gonna cancel out for me too. Ah, lovely. I'm gonna get you an up close and kind of in-person look. A lot of you can't make the trip, and these cars have a lot of details. So we'll start at the front end. I'm gonna pop the hood in just a moment. To tell you a little bit, this paint job, it was not blown on here yesterday. We were told it's about 20 to 25 years old, but it still shows very well. There's a couple small blemishes we're gonna point out throughout the tour today, but a very, very presentable car, and this thing is a ton of fun for the money. Voila, voila. We got our ultra high compression F85. So this is an entirely aluminum, block, heads, intake, everything. So pretty high performance, not the largest displacement thing. I always thought it was cool. You see the used premium fuel sticker on top of the air cleaner there, which is pretty cool. This is a high compression motor. We don't want this thing knocking. Next up, we got a newer Delco battery in here, and you see we have a power cutoff. This is handy when you store these things for the winter, if you're out here in Michigan or in some other part of the country. Hey, maybe you just don't drive it every day. Lots of fun stuff to talk about. This one's equipped with power steering, a 4-barrel carburetor, nice and big radiator, and you see we got the original data plate or trim tag fastened right up on there, the firewall. Pretty slick. A couple of horns on the other side. Solid ride. The headlights, the grille, it's quite impressive. It's all the way there in styling. This car is kind of right on the line of cute and tough. You come up on the side, you see we got a little bit of checkering going on. Paint is showing its age on this fender here. The top half, however, is very, very presentable. Gaps are great. Trim looks very good. It's fastened on there nicely. Our glass all looks very good. These wheels and tires. Here's our F85 badge. Well, I skipped over this, but here's our fuel door for you. Bumpers, bright work, all look very nice. Our taillight lenses are sharp too. They snuck in the F85 once more here. And how fitting, we have a nice stainless steel exhaust tips coming out the back. The rear deck lid opens with ease, and I'll show you a couple of the goodies you'll be taking home. We have a full-size spare, jack and a wrench up underneath that. We have the boot for the convertible top, the tonneau, whatever we were gonna call that, and a 63 Oldsmobile service manual. This looks like an original mat that's been in here and showing its age in a couple of places, but it's a very solid car. I mean, all these wheel arches, the quarter panels, everything's in really tight shape. That closes up. Down the passenger side, I think the camera's gonna get a good look at how straight and flat this car is. As far as we could tell, it hasn't been in any accidents. The fender on the passenger side, this is not checkering at all. I don't know if it caught a little bit more sun on the other side or what, but I think you could repaint the lower half of that fender and you really wouldn't have anything to complain about on this car as far as the paint goes. The top's in amazing shape. The glass, it's all original stuff. Quite a well-kept car. Yeah. All right, this is a good first impression. Doors open and close smoothly. That's a good check on the list. Door cards look great. You see just a little bit of age shown on that armrest. Not that the fabric's tearing, just the brushed aluminum looking piece downstairs has a little bit of discoloration. This is what I'm talking on here. Windows cranked up and down so easily in this car. And something I've enjoyed looking at so far is all this stainless, or all this chrome work on the backs of the seats. Rather slick. Now to take a deeper dive into our instruments and what we have to look at here. We'll start on the left-hand side. We have our heater controls here. This is kind of comfortable to play with, like you're working a cash register. We got our power top controls, our four-way hazard lights there, and a regular light pole, our wipers, ignition, and a cigarette lighter. And we have a very slick steering wheel here. You notice there's no cracks around the rim, nice button in the middle with a couple on either side for you. The center stack out, we got 71,000 on the clock. We've got a gorgeous little Oldsmobile lettering running across our face there, and the speedo goes up to 120. Now, some other things to note: you got a warning light for your alternator, your coolant temp, and your oil pressure. And aside from that, it's just a fuel gauge and a speedo running out to 120, like I had mentioned. This center console features some pretty neat stuff. We've got the RPM gauge right down on the floor. And yes, you're seeing that right. That is a Hurst 4-speed in the 63 Cutlass. This is a factory 4-speed car, 4-speed aluminum V8, drop-top convertible. You see what we're getting at here. Just above that, we have our AM radio. Our dash pad is rather nifty. I feel like you could possibly fill out a form here, write a check, do something. It's a nice little nook that could be usable space. In our glove compartment here, we've got, looks like an original sticker showing what the recommended tire pressures are. And this is an old warranty booklet from the guys at Firestone. You got a lifetime alignment certificate. It's kind of funny. Cool. Out back seats, these little quarter cards, these are all in great shape. We have ashtrays for both our passengers. Very good plush. Seat belts are all here. This is a fun, nifty one. Talk about our boot a little bit. This, with maybe a steam treatment, could be pulled to fit. Presently, it's a little bit stubborn and stiff, and you're not able to get it to snap all the way over. On a bad day, you have to have this remade. On a good day, you get it wet, let it soften up, snug it over, and she should hold true. I've had that remedy work a number of times for us. Some things that raised the brow for me on this one. Aluminum V8, 4-barrel, 4-speed. It's a convertible from the 60s. This really packs a punch for what it is. If you want to know anything more about it, feel free to check out the link we put at the bottom of these videos where you can go to our website and get a close-up at this car, all the photos we have up on it, and the breakdown in our description. So thank you once more. The number to dial is 248-714-2110 if you prefer that method. If not, hit us at email, which is inquiry@LaFontaineClassicCars.com. Thank you once more. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Lastly, like and subscribe if you enjoyed.